Hi, this is the second lesson of the Antidetect Owasp setup. In the previous lesson, we successfully created the mothership platform for the mothership operating system, which will be cloned to create new identity. So now a platform is successfully created and we need to install Windows and additional software and make a full setup. How can we do it? First, we will start our mothership platform, and you see there is a fatal error. When you see this fatal error, that means we have no disk image which one we can use like boot device. So we need to choose the boot device. We go to the devices, optical drives, and click choose disk image, or we can just choose image if we use it as previously. So now I will choose Win 10 1909 English version. Yeah, we choose it here, and after that we need to reboot our machine. It's just like we install, just like we input the CD drive by the CD-ROM. So now we need to reset our virtual machine. Click don't show this message again and reset. As you see, our Windows image is using now like a boot device. So Windows installation will start just right now. But first I need to explain a few little things about Windows installation. There is two different ways how can we install our operating system. First way is to install Windows just like regular. Yeah, just click next, next, next and start installing. The second way is to install Windows without the internet. What is the difference between those ways? When we install our operating system, on the step when we will create our user ID, when we choose our username and additional functions, our operating system will make a connect to the Microsoft servers and make a handshake. That means just like inside the botnet, our operating system, just like any another malware, request to the Microsoft servers and said something like, I'm here. Yeah, that's me, I'm here. In this case, Microsoft servers will put on our PC few additional files. Which files I will explain you a little later. And after that, after this handshake will be made, unfortunately we cannot spoof all of our IDs inside the virtual machine. But in this case we can create 5 identity only. That means when we will create mothership system and we will create it with the internet and our operating system will take a handshake with the Microsoft servers, after that we can do only 5 new identities. That means we can do only 5 clones. But there is another way. Another way is to install Windows without the internet. How can we do this? We just will be unique. In that case, we can create as many virtual machines as we want. So now I will show you how can we install operating system without the internet. So we successfully plug off the internet cable from our virtual machine, and after that we can start our Windows installation. So just click next, install now. Windows version. There is a few versions which we can choose, but those versions has a little bit Radeon difference. For example, if we will try to emulate USA user, then we need to choose home version or version Pro. That's it. If we will emulate some European Union citizen, we must choose home single language or education or Pro. If we will try to emulate some kind of maybe Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian user, we must choose Pro or Pro with the letter N. What does it mean, letter N? You see, there is a home version and home with the letter N, education and education with letter N, Pro and Pro with letter N, and Pro education with letter N, and even Pro N for workstation. Those letter N means that in our operating system there will be limited multimedia tools and multimedia options. So this operating system will be a little bit cuter than just a regular operating system. If we will choose, for example, version Pro, after we will install operating system, Windows Internet Browser Edge will start automatically when we will open the user creation process will be finished. And if we choose Windows Pro with letter N, that means no additional options or even Edge will not start automatically. So we can choose what we need to start. I prefer, in our current situation, we will emulate United States citizen. So now I will create and prefer Windows with version 9, Windows 10 Pro. Click next. Accept the latest terms. Custom. You see our virtual HDD, and click next. So now the installation process will start, and you must remember that speed of our virtual machine depends on 60% depends from the speed of our hard disk drive. For example, regular HDD hard disk drive, the speed is 150 megabytes for reading and 120 megabytes for writing. If we will choose the SSD, the read speed will be 350 megabytes. The write speed will be around 280 megabytes per second. Yeah, and if we will choose M2 hard disk drive, the speed will be around 5,000 megabytes for reading and 4,000 gigabytes for writing. You see, it depending on it, our virtual machine will go faster. So now I'm just on the M2 HDD, so the speed is pretty good, and I think installation will finish in next 2 or 3 minutes. I will make a pause on this time. So now our operating system will successfully install it, and we need to do a few additional. Click on the remove disk from virtual drive. After that, you see everything goes okay and our virtual CD-ROM is empty. So now we need to create our regional data. We choose United States, click next, and after that we need to choose the keyboard. Keyboard we will also left in US, and on this step does we want to add the second keyboard layout. On this step user have a problems because some users speak Russian, some users speak French, some users speak Chinese or Vietnamese or for example, you are United States citizen and you also have the Chinese layout, yeah, and it will it's normally, but it will make additional fraud points to your account. So I didn't recommend you to add some another keyboard layouts. We need to left only keyboard layout of our main region, which user we need to emulate. For example, now I emulate United States citizen, so I will choose United States and no more additional layouts. So we just click skip. On the next step, Windows try to connect to the Microsoft servers, but there is no internet because we plug off the internet cable. So we just click I don't have an internet. Now Windows trying to present additional services which will be available when we will connect to the internet, but we will click again continue with limited setup. Now we need to choose the username. Username can be anyone, but I recommend you to use regular usernames, just user. Most common username. Password. You can set a password. You share our device history between our devices. For example, if we will have laptop and home PC and work PC and Windows Phone operating system, yeah, our history will be synchronized between those devices. But we has no devices, yeah, so we will just click no, and if we will click no, the synchronization service will be also turn it off, so it will save our CPU and RAM. So click no. Digital assistant. Cortana, we don't need them, so we will just click decline. Now we need to choose some privacy settings. First one, online speech recognition. It's also Cortana. We click no. The second one, location. Windows inside the operating system Windows, we will spoof our geolocation, and so in this case the location service must be turned on. So find my device, it's option like on the iPhone, yeah, or any another Apple computer technicus. So we will just click next because we didn't need to find our device. Diagnostic data. Diagnostic data, it's a telemetry data. It doesn't matter when you will change those switch to the full or to the basic. It doesn't matter because Windows will have any information that she need. For example, all of our IDs, all list of our installed software. Also, in the for the paranoia mode, yeah, when you will install, for example, Tor browser on your local PC. Another malicious software, you can just see this report in the Windows settings. I will show you where you can find it. So we will click on the basic. Inking and typing. We has no touch screen, so we will click no. Tailored experience. Tailored experience, it's also one of the option of the Windows telemetry. So we will click no, because we don't need it. And the last option is the advertising ID. Advertising ID, this is the service, and this is the technology which can watch and spy on your interests, will watch websites which you will visit, and based on this, Windows will provide you information that you may like, just like Google services or just like on the YouTube. Yeah, on the YouTube, if you are logging it in, you, for example, watching the cars or watching the furniture repair, something like that, and YouTube will give you the video from the category that you like. But advertising ID has no some interesting functionality, and advertising ID is spoofed very simple. You just need to turn off advertising ID and turn it on, and after that you will have completely new advertising ID. But we don't need this service, so we will just put the switch on the position no. So we turn it off everything except location service and click accept. Now our operating system is beginning to start. We need to wait a little while. As you see, our operating system was successfully installed, and we see just a regular desktop. Now we need to set it up a little bit. First, we will change the screen resolution. We will go to the display settings and change the display resolution to the maximum. Yeah, we will keep these changes. But sometimes a user make an error because on the big monitors they try to scale the virtual machine window. I will show you how can 125, yeah, 1 to 5%. Now it's better for a view, but this is a very big error because there is one ID which make maximum points of the inch in our monitors, in our even monitors on the mobile devices, laptops, television, and something like that. It calls DPI. So when you will make a scale with this option, you will set a scale factor. The maximum points of the inch will be decreased. So DPI value will be decreased, and websites will see this, will see those anomaly value. So I don't recommend you to do this. Don't recommend you to even any other cases use the scale factor. Just leave it on the 100%. But if you doesn't see clearly what is the text, or the text is too small for you, you just can do the simple thing. You need to go to the display settings, and here you can find Windows integrated scale. For example, I will choose now 125%. As you see, that's better. But in this case, the DPI value will be the same, like on any another PC. So we can just use text scale, but not the screen scale. It's very important for you. So in our operating system, we need to set it up a little bit. What we need to do? First, we will go to the devices and insert West Addition CD image. On this CD image, I input drivers and tools. First, we will select the folder drivers. As you see, there is a few drivers for our GPU. We will select this folder and just put it on the desktop here. We will use it a little bit later when we will create the new identity. And now I will explain to you what kind of software is inside the tools folder. The first one is the bleach bead. The bleach bead portable folder and also put it on the desktop. Great. After that, we will go to the proxy folder. In the proxy folder, you can see a few programs which can help you with the IP spoofing. The first one is a 911 proxy. This proxy client is from the 911.re proxy service, but we will review proxy services, and we will review their setup on the next lesson. So now we just need to remember that we can use proxy 911. The second tool is the Bitwise SSH client. Bitwise SSH client may be useful if you will choose not a proxy connection, when you will choose the SSH connection, SSH tunnel. The third tool is the OpenVPN. I think you know what is it. Yeah, just regular OpenVPN connection. The fourth one is the Proxifier. Proxifier is our favorite program for IP spoofing. So we will install it just right now. Click yes. Next, accept the agreement. Next, and we will create the desktop shortcut. And we will uncheck the checkbox, check of the product updates and Proxifier startup. Next, install. And now our Proxifier is installed successfully. We will launch Proxifier now and set up it. So we can just enter registration key, or you can find those keys in the free access on the Google. Just input the Proxifier license key and you will find many keys that you can use. But we will now choose continue evaluation, and after that we need to go to the profile, name resolution, and you see this checkbox, detect DNS settings automatically. If this checkbox is checked, there is some probability that your real DNS IP will be leaked to the web source. Sometimes it happens, so we will just uncheck it, and resolve hostname through proxy is our goal. In this case, all of the DNS requests will go completely through the proxy. That means, in this case, your real DNS IP address will not be leaked. So we will just let it. And on the DNS processing on the UDP level, we will left the enable option. Just click OK and close the proxifier. Proxifier is completely set up right now. We will turn it off. Exit, yes. So the last software in the proxy folder is VIP72 SOCKS. It's also from the internet service VIP72 SOCKS. So it's pretty simple. Now we will go to the folder of the pumpers, and we see 5 pumpers. Those tools will emulate your activity. For example, in the Amazon, eBay, Facebook, Google, and Walmart. It will surf, it will make clicks, it will do some simple action, just like add into the cart or make a like or something like that. Yeah, we will put it also on the desktop somewhere here. Yeah, you see. Okay, so we have Chrome Internet Browser installation offline installer. We will install browser on the each clone. So now we will just put it on the desktop here, but we will not install it right now. We will install it on each clone. It's very important. Next software is the attribute changer utility. Just install it. This simple tool can help you to change your folder creation data, modifying data, and less. I will show you how it works. Just we'll click on the proxy folder, for example, and click right mouse button. As you see, there is a change attributes menu. So here we can modify date and timestamps of our folders. Why do we need it? If you work only with the browser, you don't mind about it. But if you will work with the local software, you need to use it, because many of the license system of the software will also check your Windows creation date, will check your user creation date, will check your program files creation date, and will check your System32 creation date. And based on this, they will create the fingerprint, just a hash function. Yeah, it looks like a fingerprint. And based on this, they detect the same computers. So you need to change this. You need to change folder information, folder timestamp, if you will work with the local programs. Just like, for example, it will be Google AdWords editor. Banks and another software, casinos, poker stars, and something like that will also use this kind of protection. After that, we'll go to the anti-OS. Let's install it right now. So we will click finished. The second, the third software is the I think you know what this software means. Okay, so now we installed all of our software that we need. Also, I recommend you to delete Edge icon from the desktop, delete Edge and mail icon also can be deleted. But we can use Internet Explorer, but we has Chrome installation file, so we don't need to use even the Internet Explorer. Just delete all of shortcut of the Microsoft browsers. So now we need to go to the Windows settings. Just click right mouse button on the start button and go to the settings. After that, we will go to the update and security, and go to the Windows security. You see, there is a few security options that we will need to tweak. First is the virus and read protection. We'll click on it. The new window will appear, and we will go Windows and read protection settings, manage settings. You see, this real-time protection option will take a lot of resources of our virtual machine, so we need to turn it off. Turn it off. Also, we turn it off the cloud delivery protection. We turn off automatic simple submission, and we will turn off tamper protection. Great. Now we will go back. You see, our updates are turned on, but it's not a big deal because real-time protection is turned off, so also updates will be also not used. After that, click and close this button. Go to the app and browser control, and we will turn off all of the security options. Smart screen also for Microsoft Store. Yeah, that's it, and close it. So now we finished completely with the Windows security option, but we need to tweak some settings in the privacy menu. So we go to the privacy menu. As you see this option, that websites provide locally relevant content by accessing my language list. We will turn it off. We will turn off Windows Track. We will turn off the settings app. After that, we will go to the speech. Online speech recognition is turned off. Inking and typing personalization we will also turn off. It doesn't make big sense in the anti-fraud system bypassing, but it will save our computer resources. On the diagnostic and feedback, we see of the storing of activity on this device, and go a little bit here and clear all the device history. Yeah, successfully cleared. Now we will go to the location. As you remember, we didn't turn off Windows location, so application can access our location, but our location will be set here. When we choose the default location, we can choose any location that we want. For example, we will has an IP from the New York, and our default location will be in the North Korea, for example. Yeah, but we will change our default location to the IP location. It's very important. So we left the location service turned on, and we will turn on the maps, because if this option, if this tool will be turned off, we cannot set the default location. So we must turn it off. We must turn it on. After that, we go to the camera. We will turn off the camera to save our resources. We will turn off the microphone. Voice activation is already turned on. I'll turn it off. Notifications. We in Windows we has a notification bar just right here. Yeah, you see those notification. Net time is running, virus and read protection is turned off, and all of the application can access to this notification. We will prevent it by setting off this option. Next, we'll go to the account info. Turn off the account info sharing. We will go to the contacts. We'll turn off contacts. Turn off sharing. Call history. Turn off sharing. Email. Turn off sharing. Tasks. Turn off sharing. Messaging. Turn off sharing. Radios. Turn off sharing. Other devices. Turn off sharing. Background apps, we will turn off everything. Yeah, you see. In some cases, we will need to left the maps, but we will now turn off all of the softwares. Go to the app diagnostic. We will prevent to collecting our telemetry data by some another third-party software. So we will turn it off. Go to the sharing. So that's it. All our privacy options are set up successfully. After that, we will close it and open the anti-OS file. Wait a little bit. Anti-OS collecting system data. First, we need to, after we install the mothership system, we need to randomize telemetry data. In some cases you cannot see the user ID, Cortana ID. It doesn't make sense to change it because they are absent in your operating system. So just click on randomize and click save all. As you see, we will not restart right now. As you see, the Defender ID will still be the same, but this option is important only for the people who work with the local software. To change Defender ID, you must turn off the Defender ID service. When the service is active, you cannot change the Defender ID. But if you work with the browsers, you can just left it. This is our firewall rules, and there is inbound rules and outbound rules. All of those rules you see with this green icon are enabled. So all of the software which has his personal rule will make a connection through our proxy, through our VPN, and doesn't through our proxy. So it will has the separate connection with our real IP leaking. So we must prevent it. But you can just set the rules as you want. For the Microsoft Edge, for the movies and TV, network discovery, or something like that. But I already do this in the anti-OS. We just click on the enable folder here and wait for OK. Yeah, OK. And you see how many rules we have just right now. And we will just refresh it. Just click here, for example, and click here. Yes, you see, there is just a few rules. Of the DNS folder, DNS service, and few rules of the DHCP, and also settings for our proxy services, just like Bitwise, Illuminati, 911, OpenVPN, VIP72, and less. The same situation is in the outbound rules. So now all our internet traffic will go only through our proxy. And all of the system requests are also going through our proxy. So click exit. And the MISC settings, we will click enable the test mode. And we will start restart procedure. Click yes. Now our guest machine will restart. Wait a little bit. Great. So we need to do just one thing more. We go to the BleachBit folder, open the BleachBit tool, click yes, and we need to clear all of our activity data. So we will choose the deep scan. We will choose the Internet Explorer. We will choose the system. We will choose the Windows Defender and Windows Explorer. After that, we will click on the preview button. You see there is 20 megabytes of our activity, and we will click clean. Delete. In the end of this process, we will have 5 errors. It's okay because some files are missing. So just wait a little bit. yeah, as you see, we have 5 errors. But now we can close the bleach bit, and our operating system, our mothership operating system, is completely ready to be turned off. We will now turn it off from the start button. Yeah, click on the shutdown, and we will not launch it anymore. Each our new identity will be created by cloning of this mothership. But this information I will explain you in our next new lesson. Thank you for your attention. If you will have some questions, be free to ask.